tell us a little bit more about Meditations in the Dark. What does what does this album mean, and where is it coming from? What inspired it to reach where it is today?
Meditations in the Dark. I called it that specifically because for some reason I found myself writing all my songs at night. And these songs were the product of me meditating on my past. So I guess that's basically where the song, where the idea of the title of the album came from, because it really is. I was meditating in the dark. I would go outside, sit outside alone, and think in silence, and the result of that thought process became song.
As compared to what's outside the album, what audience are you expecting to touch?
What the audience I'm focusing on are the people who are victims of domestic violence, because that is the only perspective I can speak from, because I'm speaking from experience. And I know how it feels like to be in that mindset. And I remember for a long time I felt very alone. Even if there were people around me who knew what I was going through, they just looked at me with pity. So I was alone. I felt very alone. My family was not there. Not because they didn't want to be, because I pushed them away. So that overwhelming feeling of loneliness, I don't think is something that a lot of people understand. The issue of domestic violence is not a gender thing. And that's actually what I'm trying to push for people to come out of that misunderstanding that when people think of domestic violence, they always picture a woman. But there are a lot of men who are going through a lot of by the hand of a woman. So it's a human thing. It's not a gender thing. That's what I think, and that I'm trying to reach everyone, not just women. You know, it's especially men. I won't even lie, you know, because that's an area that's really ignored. Yeah.
How does your experience reflect on these songs and the message you're trying to put out?
So the most important part about what I'm trying to bring out in this song that I do want to mention is this album is not about the during. This album is about the after. This is the aftermath. What happens after? And I wanted that to be emphasized because I remember experiencing a time where I was genuinely asking myself if this is ever going to end, and if I'll ever see a life after this, if I'll survive this. And that's basically the point that I'm trying to bring to anybody who's going through this, that what you're going through is temporary. It's not forever. It feels like forever in the moment, but it's not. So everything that, all the lessons that I'm learning are lessons that I'm learning after. I'm learning myself. I'm relearning myself after that. And I'm learning how much I thought of myself in a negative way was wrong.